Radio broadcasting became widespread during the 1920s because they started to broadcast music and news for entertainment purposes.
"500 new broadcasting stations began in the 1920s. In 1922, commercials started to fund broadcasts. Actors and singers discovered that they could use the radio to increase their fame. Later on, radios were used to broadcast sports.
Radio broadcasting transformed American lifestyles because radios connected Americans nationwide with news. Also, radio spread jazz and integrated it into society.
As time went on, radios became more affordable and had better quality.
Before the 1920s, early filmmakers kept actors anonymous because they feared actors would gain fame and demand higher salaries. The movie industry was criticized because some people thought it would decrease church attendance.
By the early 1920s, many American towns had a movie theater. Most Americans went to see movies often, and the movie industry became a big business.
The movie industry grew because people wanted to escape the post-war recession. Americans liked how they could forget about their daily troubles when they went to the movies. People idolized movie stars and wrote them millions of fan letters. Rudolph Valentino was an Italian actor that women became very attached to. When Valentino died suddenly at the age of 31, people lined the streets to mourn his death. Some women even committed suicide because they felt so attached to Valentino.
I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of.
This scene is from the silent film The Circus starring Charlie Chaplin. The Circus came out in 1928 and became the 7th highest grossing silent film ever. Chaplin won his first Oscar for his performance and directing of the movie.
Baby, diamond bracelets, who doesn't sell, baby. Till that lucky day, you
Before talkies, films were usually silent besides the music in the background. Talkies were the first films with audible dialogue. The Jazz Singer was the first talkie in 1927, after which over 2,000 households installed sound equipment.
Talkies integrated dialogue and music to create musicals. This greatly influenced the film industry because musicals became a large part of the 1920s to 1930s film industry.
Will Rogers was one of America's brightest media stars during the 1920s. He was an actor on Broadway and was on 71 movies in the 1920s and 1930s. Will Rogers also did vaudeville shows, newspaper columns, radio, and lectures.
Although the first color movies were shown in 1908, Hollywood made its first color feature in 1922 in The Toll of the Sea.
The 1920s strengthened both the radio and movies and helped evolve them into the strong industries we continue to use today. The world would be a much different place without these forms of entertainment.